Hey guys, Joseph Melser here, and I'm gonna be showing you some of my DVDs that aren't VeggieTales. You've probably seen all my VeggieTale DVDs, but you haven't seen the ones that aren't VeggieTales. So how about if I show you those? I'm be starting off with my Queen DVDs or Blu-Rays. First up is Queen Rock Montreal in Live Aid. Now this is a really good concert movie. If only they could have shown the music video for Bohemian Rhapsody when they played the operatic section. Anyway, here's the side. It's from Eagle Rock Entertainment. Here's the back. It says Queen Rock Montreal. Hello, Montreal. Long time no see. You want to get crazy? Well, this is a good concert movie. Trust me, I recommend it. Songs on here include We'll Rock You Fast version, Let Me Entertain You, released on Jazz in 1978, Play the Game, released on The Game in 1980, Somebody to Love, released on A Day at the Races in 1976, Killer Queen, released on Sheer Heart Attack in 1974, I'm in Love with My Car, released on A Night at the Opera in 1975, Get Down, Make Love, released on News of the World in 1977, Save Me, released on The Game in 1980, Now I'm Here, released on Sheer Heart Attack in 1974, Dragon Attack, released on The Game in 1980, Now I'm Here, reprise, Love of My Life, original version, released on A Night at the Opera in 1975, acoustic version released on Live Killers in 1979, Under Pressure released on Hot Space in 1982, Keep Yourself Alive released on Queen 1 in 1973, the drum and timpani solo by Roger Taylor, guitar solo by Brian May, Crazy Little Thing Called Love released on The Game in 1980, Jailhouse Rock, which is a cover, Bohemian Rhapsody, released on A Night at the Opera in 1975, Tie Your Mother Down, released on A Day at the Races in 1976, Another One Bites the Dust, released on The Game in 1980, Sheer Heart Attack, released on News of the World in 1977, We'll Rock You and We're the Champions, released on News of the World in 1977, and lastly, God Save the Queen, which is the audio track, which was released on A Night at the Opera in 1975, and Live Aid. Here's the disc. It has a really good picture of Freddie Mercury on it. And if you don't know who the 4 band members of Queen are, I'll tell you who. There's Freddie Mercury. He was lead piano and lead vocals. And there's Brian May, lead guitarist and sometimes background vocals. Roger Taylor, lead percussionist or drummer, also background vocals, and John Deacon, who is just the bass player. This is the booklet that comes with it. Now here's all the songs for the Live Aid concert. They did Bohemian Rhapsody, just the ballad section, released on A Night at the Opera in 1975. Radio Gaga, released on The Works in 1984. Hammer to Fall, released on The Works in 1984. Crazy Little Thing Called Love, released on The Game in 1980. We'll Rock You and We're the Champions, released on News of the World in 1977. And Is This the World We Created, released on The Works in 1984. There's John Deacon. Brian May is a really talented guitarist. This is the entire stage when it's lit up. There's Brian and Freddie for the Love of My Life number. Here are all the credits. Now, if you don't have this, I recommend it. Next is Hungarian Rhapsody, Queen live in Budapest, the original 1986 concert. This is from the Kind of Magic tour. Here's the side. Also released from Eagle Rock. Here's the back. Songs include One Vision, released on A Kind of Magic in 1986. Tie Your Mother Down, released on A Day at the Races in 1976. In the Lap of the Gods Revisited, released on Sheer Heart Attack in 1974. Seven Seas of Rye, released on both the version with the lyrics, that was released on Queen 2 in 1974. Tear It Up, released on The Works in 1984. A Kind of Magic, released on A Kind of Magic in 1986. Under Pressure, released on Hot Space in 1982. Who Wants to Live Forever, released on A Kind of Magic in 1986. I Want to Break Free, released on The Works in 1984. Guitar solo, it's just a guitar solo. Now I'm Here, released on Sheer Heart Attack in 1974. Love of My Life acoustic version, released on the Live Killers album in 1979. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Is This the World We Created, released on The Works in 1984. Tutti Frutti, which is a Little Richard cover. Bohemian Rhapsody, released on A Night at the Opera in 1975. Hammer to Fall, released on The Works in 1984. Crazy Little Thing Called Love, released on The Game in 1980. Radio Gaga, released on The Works in 1984. We'll Rock You, released on News of the World in 1977. Friends Will Be Friends, released on A Kind of Magic in 1986. We Are the Champions, released on News of the World in 1977. And lastly, God Save the Queen, released on A Night at the Opera in 1975. Additional content, A Magic Year, the documentary. Here, I'll show you the disc. This is the disc. This is a booklet. There's a very nice picture of Freddie Mercury on the front. There's Brian May. And right there's Roger Taylor. There's John. And that song that I couldn't pronounce is actually called The Spring Wind Blows the Waters. Alright, next up is Greatest Video Hits 1. On the front we have all four members of the band Queen from the 70s, how they looked in the 70s. And here's the side. And here's the back. Music videos for songs on here include Bohemian Rhapsody, released on A Night at the Opera in 1975. Another One Bites the Dust, released on The Game in 1980. Killer Queen, released on Sheer Heart Attack in 1974. Fat Bottom Girls and Bicycle Race, released on Jazz in 1978. You're My Best Friend, released on Night at the Opera in 1975. Don't Stop Me Now, released on Jazz in 1978. Save Me, released on The Game in 1980. Crazy Little Thing Called Love, released on The Game in 1980. Somebody to Love, released on A Day at the Races in 1976. Spread Your Wings, released on News of the World in 1977. Play the Game, released on The Game in 1980. Flash, or Flash's Theme, released on the Flash Gordon soundtrack, released in the 1980s. Tie Your Mother Down, released on A Day at the Races in 1976. And lastly, We'll Rock You and We're the Champions, released on News of the World in 1977. Here's the disc. This picture of Queen was the album cover for Queen 2. All four band members had long hair. 3 of them got it cut, but 1 kept his normal. Fat Bottom Girls and Bicycle Race were released as a single together. So were We'll Rock You and We're the Champions. In 1980. Now, if you don't have this, I recommend it. It has Queen's music videos. And lastly is Queen, The Making of a Night at the Opera, featuring cuts from Bohemian Rhapsody, You're My Best Friend, Love of My Life, Death on Two Legs, and The Prophet's Song, plus exclusive interviews with Brian May and Roger Taylor, and acoustic performances of 39 and Good Company. Anyway, here's the side, also released from Eagle Rock Entertainment, and here's the back. This is the 4th Queen album, released in late 1975. It has been regarded as a classic. I'd have to agree. Here's the disc. Here's the disc with the album cover for A Night at the Opera. And it goes track by track. So there are also some special features. How the album got its name. It was named after a Marx Brothers movie called A Night at the Opera. An acoustic performance of 39 by Brian May. Half a Sonic Volcano. I don't know what that one is. A Hyde Park performance of Sweet Lady in 1976. Prophet Song. An acoustic performance of Love of My Life by Brian May and Freddie Mercury. But as for Freddie, his part is from the Live at Wembley concert. Plus, then there's Bohemian Rhapsody and God Save the Queen. It's a documentary. And if you don't have any of the 4 Queen movies that I showed you, I recommend it. I recommend them. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.